Today on Sign Dawgs, Heart Under Blade Tattoo Parlor in Weatherford, Texas, just west of Fort Worth, Texas, in an up-and-coming town that is just ripe for this kind of a business. They need a good sign.
Every day we look at signs. Some are beautiful, others not so much. For a business, any business, a good sign is crucial. So where does a good sign come from? Who creates these tantalizing works of art? In the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, it's done right here by the people at Signs Manufacturing, the people we call the Sign Dawgs.
Hi, my name's Eric Lacefield. I'm the owner of Heart Under Blade Tattoo.
And I'm Lindsay Lacefield, and I'm also the owner of Heart Under Blade Tattoo.
I tattoo here. I am a full-time artist. I've been tattooing since 2006. I started off in Fort Worth and traveled all over the U.S. tattooing. My family and everybody is from Weatherford, Texas, so that's why I came here to open up a shop.
We met while he was tattooing. We met in Houston, Texas, and I was getting a Friday the 13th tattoo, and the artist that I normally went to was busy, so he was all like, he's so fast, he was just going through people, just tattooing, and he was like, I have time, I'll tattoo you. So yeah, it kind of went from there. Yeah, it's been 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you've heard me talk about shopping centers before, you know shopping centers are tough because you are just one storefront in a line of storefronts. And somehow you have to be the one that's seen when people look over there and look at all the stores. You want your sign to stand out. So our challenge is to help Heart Under Blade to get a sign that stands out amongst the myriad of other businesses.
We picked Heart Under Blade Tattoo because loosely in Japanese, the word shinobu translates to heart under blade. And it's, it kind of goes back to samurai culture and honor, sacrifice, patience. And honestly, if you think about it, all those kind of terms you can put into tattooing. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So of course, the name Heart Under Blade, we kind of wanted a theme to do with hearts and blades
daggers.
And daggers. Yeah, like anything that, who doesn't love a good heart and dagger tattoo? So, yeah, That's kind of where we got the theme for the shop from.
And the Heart Under Blade is a lot of people, when they decide to come in to get tattooed, their heart is under the blade. So this is their relief, their stress relief, their
Therapy.
ink therapy. We went with the decor we have because I thought it would be fun and exciting just to have a little bit of pattern going on the walls instead of just painting one color here, one color there. And I really like the look of having just artwork everywhere, so.
And we're both kind of huge fans of 70s, 80s, that kind of theme. And we're like, who doesn't want to come in here and kind of feel like you're kind of in a cool kind of groovy tattoo party?
All the art on the wall is pretty much just from other tattooers and people I look up to in the tattoo industry.
With art, we kind of really gravitate towards
Japanese and traditional.
Yeah.
Heart Under Blade has a unique kind of a logo where the lettering stacks on top of itself. It's not really conducive to your typical channel letter type of sign, which is what most retail businesses use. So what we're doing is we're combining it together in what the industry tends to call a cloud sign, where all the letters are joined together into one big sign. We're separating it out with vinyl. Because we use our solar bright LEDs, we're avoiding the problem that most sign companies have where the lighting behind it just kind of washes out the vinyl. You tend to have kind of a give and take in the sign industry. You can have a brighter sign, but all your colors wash out, or you can have a dim sign with nice colors, but nobody sees it anyways. Our solar bright LEDs kind of solve that problem. They bridge that gap. So we can use their white lettering, we can use their kind of a hot pink maroonish color to really and back it up with that solar bright LED so it just really pops. The black vinyl in between it helps create a nice contrast up against that yellow wall, which is kind of difficult to work with sometimes. So we're creating a good contrast, good color, good sign, bright, everything they need for success.
I chose this way of life, honestly, because I liked to get tattooed whenever I was young, and so that's what I strived to do, and my father pushed me towards it, so I ended up just falling into it, hanging out with the guys, and then begging to teach me, and then finally getting in the door. I had to do an apprenticeship, so I apprenticed for over 5 years, and ended up leaving that shop and moving to Florida, where I tattooed for a couple of years, and then from there I went to Houston and Amarillo and all over pretty much.
His apprenticeship was in Fort Worth.
Yeah, my apprenticeship was in Fort Worth.
I guess if I were to describe what Eric does, whenever I met him, I saw like the kind of work that he put out, and I was like, I want to get tattooed by him. He's great, and like he can pretty much do anything. He does everything from traditional to Japanese traditional, I mean, anime tattoos, like everything. And anytime somebody's come to see Eric, like he always has a smile on his face, and like he always, I don't know, he always just wants to make people happy. He's a, you know, he likes to make people happy.
I always encourage any business, if they're putting their sign up on the building, unless they're McDonald's or Coca-Cola, where you know who they are, everybody knows who they are. Very recognized brand. If you're not a really recognized brand, I always recommend you put what you do up on your sign also. With Heart Under Blade, we kind of have a problem where we don't have a lot of room because of the width of the storefront to also add tattoos next to it. So we're going to take advantage of their sign out by the street. They have a multi-tenant sign where all the tenants can put something on there, and we're going to put tattoos right there on that sign. So if you're in that kind of a market and you're thinking about a tattoo, you know there's a tattoo parlor over there, and you can go find them. And without going, well, I don't know what Heart Under Blade is. Now you'll be able to find them.
One of the biggest reasons why we chose Weatherford was, first off, we kind of wanted to be closer to family. And then second of all, too, there's really no legitimate tattoo shops here. We wanted to bring in a new kind of tattooing here.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the problem with signs that they're having in this shopping center is what almost every sign company has, which is that vinyl, as it gets older, it starts shrinking, it starts peeling up, starts cracking, starts fading. We use Solar Guard. You've heard me talk about it before. Solar Guard is like sunscreen for all that. Sunscreen for the plastic, sunscreen for the vinyl. We don't have that problem that those other sign companies have. And I think if you look at the other signs around there, you'll agree that's not a good look for a business. Because we're doing a cloud sign, everything is what's called self-contained, which means we have all the lighting inside it. We also have the power supplies inside it and everything. So installation in this particular case is actually pretty easy. Sign goes on the wall, you hook up the power, you're done. Typically on a channel letter sign, you've got a whole bunch of wires going through the wall, jumping letter to letter, and it's an extensive kind of an install. In this case, this one will be pretty easy. Now that we built the sign, now that we've got it installed, how do we stack up? How did we do? Well, let's see.
Oh, that's so cool!
What I really hope to get out of this sign is that it draws people attention and wants to pull them into the shop and check it out.
And it's also really cool that you designed it.
Yep, and it's also really cool I designed it. We chose the sign company because we had went through a few different places that we had called and stuff, but none of them were near as professional as the sign company was, so that's why we decided to go with them.
With Signs Manufacturing.
When you say more professional, do you mean like on the phone or with?
On the phone, he scheduled a meeting. He wanted us to come out and view the factory and see how the whole process was done. He was touched base with us the entire time, so
yeah,
we were really happy with that.
He was really excited for us to come and kind of see the showroom. And as soon as he said that and we went out there, we went to Dallas, and it was just, he made it like an experience.
Just how massive some of the projects can be and how flawless they look. It's pretty amazing.
I mean, those signs are just so cool. And then also I think the part that kind of got me the most, just not even the signs itself, was how he was telling me about their lights that they use and the paints that they use and the vinyl that they use. Like, and he was comparing it to other lights and vinyl used, and it doesn't even compare. Like, this stuff is made to last. So, yeah.
See,
Just like the tattoos.
commercial.
Okay. If you want to check me out on social media, it's at Bohemian Tattooer.
And also Heart Under Blade Tattoo.
And Heart Under Blade Tattoo Instagram.